Welcome to the Coaches Hub podcast. Youth soccer is hugely rewarding, but it comes with challenges managing mixed abilities, balancing parent expectations, keeping players motivated, and ensuring the game stays fun. In this episode, we'll explore the key obstacles youth coaches face and share practical strategies to overcome them, helping you create a positive environment where young players can grow, enjoy the game, and reach their full potential. Let's dive in.
Welcome back to the deep dive. You know, there's something undeniably special about youth soccer.
Oh, absolutely.
The energy, the sheer joy, the life lessons learned right there on the pitch. We see the goals, the cheers.
Yeah, the highlights.
Exactly. But behind every one of those moments, there's a coach, often a volunteer, wrestling with a whole different playbook of challenges. It's not just teaching kicks and passes, is it?
Not at all.
Yeah.
And look, while our focus often lands, squarely on the players, understanding the coach's journey, their hurdles, their wins, it's actually critical. It underpins the whole youth sports ecosystem.
Right.
So today, we're taking a deep dive using an incredible resource, the Coaches Hub. It offers some brilliant, really actionable insights on turning those common coaching hurdles into, well, genuine opportunities for growth.
Growth for everyone involved.
Exactly. For the players, sure, but for the coaches, too. Our mission today is basically to pull out those specific strategies, make this a shortcut for anyone invested in positive youth sports coaches, parents, directors, even just if you're curious.
Okay, let's dive in then. One area that always strikes me as incredibly complex, especially in youth sports, is managing just wildly different skill levels, all on the same team.
Yeah, that's a big one.
You might have a 10-year-old who's been playing for years, like really skilled, alongside a 7-year-old who's maybe just figuring out which way to kick. How does a coach, especially a volunteer with limited time, realistically cater to both?
It's a huge challenge.
Making sure everyone feels challenged and valued without anyone feeling left behind or, held back. That whole differentiated coaching thing sounds great, but is it? Is it practical?
That's a very real concern, and, the Coaches Hub tackles this head on. They explain it's not about creating 20 different drills, which is impossible.
Exactly.
It's about smart, scalable modifications.
Mm-hmm.
The core strategy they push is something they call adaptive station-based coaching.
Okay, adaptive stations. What does that look like?
Well, instead of everyone doing the exact same thing, you set up maybe 3 or 4 stations. Each focuses on a fundamental dribbling, passing, shooting, whatever.
Got it.
And then each station has progressive difficulty levels built in. So the beginner might just work on, say, making solid contact.
Just getting the basics.
Yeah. While the more advanced player at the same station might be tasked with a specific turn before passing or a more precise shot, everyone works on the same concept, but at their own challenge level.
Ah, okay. So it's not about completely separating them.
Exactly. Not always, anyway. It's about giving different challenges within the same activity structure.
That makes a lot more sense.
And the Hub also emphasizes something they call micro-challenges. Small, individual goals within a group drill.
Like what? Give me an example.
Okay, so during a passing exercise, you might tell a beginner, just make 3 successful passes in a row.
No.
Simple. But for a more advanced player, maybe it's make 3 successful one-touch passes using only your weaker foot.
Ah, okay. So individual targets.
Right. It lets the coach give that individualized focus without totally disrupting the flow. And what's fascinating, the Coaches Hub highlights how this really fosters a growth mindset.
How so?
Because success gets measured against personal improvement, not just against the best player on the team. It connects back to seeing each player on their own unique journey.
Okay, that makes sense. But that journey can get complicated by the sidelines.
Yes.
Parental pressure. Every coach feels that tension. Sometimes it's well-meaning, sure, but often it can tip into that win-at-all-costs vibe or even like specific instructions being yelled out.
Oh, definitely.
The Coaches Hub must have something on this, right? Because just saying communicate feels, well, insufficient when emotions are running high.
You're absolutely right. It's not just talking. It's about proactive, strategic communication. And the Coaches Hub actually offers a very specific framework for this.
Okay, I'm listening.
They strongly recommend holding a mandatory vision session with parents before the season even kicks off.
A vision session. I like that.
Yeah.
Not just a quick meet and greet.
No, much more intentional. It's where the coach explicitly outlines the team's philosophy emphasizing things like long-term development, skill building, fostering a love for the game, over just the short-term wins.
So laying it all out up front, what does that actually look like in practice? Does the hub give examples?
Yeah, they provide templates, actually. Coaches clearly explain how that philosophy translates onto the field. Like explicitly stating, hey, all players will get guaranteed equitable playing time regardless of the score, or explaining that mistakes are seen as learning opportunities, not reasons for getting yelled at.
Okay. Setting clear ground rules.
Exactly. They even suggest presenting some generalized data from their research showing how early specialization and intense pressure often lead to burnout and kids dropping out.
Using facts to back it up.
Right. By setting these clear expectations from day one, you build that shared understanding. And crucially, a foundation of trust. It really helps reduce those mid-season tensions because parents know the why behind the coach's decisions.
That makes sense. Prevent the misunderstandings before they happen.
The Hub's research actually shows coaches who do this see a noticeable drop in sideline issues and just a more supportive environment overall.
That's a really solid, actionable strategy. Okay, but what about the kids themselves? What happens when they inevitably start to lose interest?
Yeah, motivation dips are real.
One week they're obsessed, the next they're distracted, maybe feeling discouraged. How do coaches keep practices fresh, exciting, especially if players are struggling with a new skill or progress isn't immediately obvious? That dip in confidence, it must be tough.
It absolutely is. And the Coaches Hub dives deep into the psychology here. They emphasize what's called autonomy supportive coaching.
Autonomy supportive. Okay, break that down.
It's rooted in self-determination theory. It's not just about making practices fun in a superficial way, like adding random games.
Right.
It's about creating an environment where players feel three key things: competence, relatedness, and autonomy.
Okay, competence, relatedness, autonomy. Define those for me in this context.
Sure. Competence is feeling like you're actually getting better, developing skills. Relatedness is feeling connected to teammates, to the coach. And autonomy is feeling like you have some control over your experience.
Oh, okay. Feeling empowered.
Exactly. So the Hub suggests coaches foster autonomy by, say, involving players in setting goals, maybe letting them choose a skill focus for the week, or even designing a small part of a drill.
Giving them some ownership.
Yes. And for competence, it's about breaking skills down into manageable steps and using what they call process praise.
Process praise instead
Instead of just praising the outcome or raw talent. So not just great shot, but maybe, wow, I loved how you kept your eye on the ball and really followed through on that shot. Praising the effort, the strategy, the improvement.
Focusing on the how.
Precisely. That builds intrinsic motivation, the drive from within, because players feel that sense of personal growth and ownership. It's way more powerful than just external rewards or fear of failure.
That's a really nuanced way to look at motivation. Okay, but let's shift gears to something super practical, maybe less psychological. Time and resources.
Ah, the eternal constraints.
Right. For countless youth coaches, this isn't their main gig. They're volunteers juggling full-time jobs, families, life. How does the Coaches Hub suggest they make the most of limited time, maybe just a few hours a week on the field, and limited resources, like a small budget, without burning themselves out? It sounds like a recipe for stress.
It definitely can feel that way.
Right.
But the Coaches Hub offers some brilliant solutions, really centered on what they call resourceful efficiency.
Resourceful efficiency. I like that. So it's not about doing more.
Exactly. It's about doing smarter.
Yeah.
They advocate for prioritizing compound drills exercises that hit multiple skills at once.
Okay, give me an example.
Think small-sided games. Maybe a rule like you have to complete 3 passes before you can shoot. That combines passing, dribbling, decision-making, teamwork, all in one go, maximizing every minute.
Getting more bang for your buck, basically. What about equipment? If you've only got a bag of cones and a few balls.
That's where the multi-purpose hacks come in, as the Hub calls them. Being creative. Cones aren't just boundaries, right?
Right.
They can be mini goals, obstacles for dribbling, targets for passing accuracy games. Bibs can define teams or zones. It's about creativity and, crucially, planning.
Planning is key, I imagine.
Absolutely. The Hub provides downloadable session plan templates, too. Helps streamline prep so coaches arrive with a clear, concise agenda, minimize that wasted time during practice. It just reminds us that great coaching isn't always about having the fanciest stuff,
Yeah.
It's about smart application, resourceful thinking, getting the biggest impact from every single session.
I can see how those templates would be a total lifesaver for a busy volunteer. Okay, now let's talk about something every parent and coach runs into. Discipline, behavior management.
Always a challenge.
We know kids are still learning emotional control. So how do coaches maintain focus, foster a positive, disciplined atmosphere when you've got, the occasional tantrum or poor sportsmanship or just kids zoning out? How do you handle a meltdown without derailing the whole practice?
This is critical, yeah.
Yeah.
And the Coaches Hub has a great framework for this. It's less about reactive punishment and more about proactive culture building.
Okay, proactive culture building.
The
How?
key suggestion is involving the players and co-creating the team's rules and expectations right at the start of the season.
Getting their buy-in from the beginning.
Exactly. When players have a say in the rules, they feel more ownership, they're more likely to stick to them. It's a simple psychological principle, really.
That's clever. So they're part of the process.
Precisely. And then, when issues do pop up, the Hub really champions what they call restorative conversations over just immediate punitive actions.
Restorative conversations. Explain that.
Instead of just, say, sending a kid off her laps, the coach is encouraged to have a brief, calm chat, maybe pull them aside quickly. Ask things like, okay, what happened? Who was affected by that? What can we do to make it right? And crucially, what will you do differently next time?
Focusing on understanding and accountability.
Yeah, it teaches accountability, empathy, connects behavior to consequences in a learning way, rather than just punishment. For those immediate disruptions, like kids losing focus, they suggest a simple stop, look, listen approach.
Stop, look, listen.
Briefly pause the activity, make eye contact, calmly state the expectation. Often that's enough to reset the focus without a major stoppage. It's all about teaching life skills, really, stuff that goes way beyond soccer. A disciplined environment isn't about being super strict. It's about creating a safe, productive space for everyone to learn.
That makes perfect sense. Treating them with respect, even during correction. Okay, moving to another delicate balance. Competition versus fun.
The classic tightrope walk.
Yeah. Soccer is competitive, naturally. And as kids get older, the pressure to win definitely ramps up. Doesn't some focus on winning become necessary for development? How do coaches manage that? Nurturing a competitive spirit without killing the sheer joy of just playing the game.
It's an excellent point, and the Coaches Hub doesn't ignore competition. They argue it's natural, it's healthy, but the framing is crucial in youth development.
The framing.
They advocate focusing on process-oriented goals rather than just outcome-oriented goals.
So less, we have to win this game.
Exactly. And more, okay, team, let's focus on completing 5 successful passes in a row, or let's really work on maintaining our defensive shape for the first 10 minutes, setting achievable performance targets within the game.
So the win becomes a potential result of doing those things well, but not the only measure of success.
Precisely. It allows players to feel successful, to see progress, even if the final score isn't in their favor. That builds resilience, keeps the focus on continuous improvement.
Right.
The Hub also suggests really celebrating effort and specific tactical improvements after games, win or lose. They even propose a 24-hour rule.
24-hour rule? For what?
For coaches and parents. After a game, wait 24 hours before having any really critical discussion about performance. Let emotions cool down.
Give everyone some space.
Yeah. During that time, focus on the positives, the effort, the teamwork, specific learning moments. It helps build those resilient, happy players who stick with the sport because they genuinely love playing, not just because they won a medal last season.
That's a huge point. And, it's easy to forget. Coaches are learning, too.
Absolutely. Continuous development is key.
Especially at community levels, grassroots. Many coaches might not have formal training in coaching methods, player psychology, tactics.
Yeah.
They're learning on the job.
Often volunteers giving huge amounts of time.
Right. So suggesting more training might just feel like another burden on top of everything else. What did the Coaches Hub suggest for maybe low barrier ways for coaches to keep growing, improving their craft when they're already so stretched?
That's a vital question, and the Hub recognizes those time constraints. Their core message isn't necessarily about signing up for long, expensive courses, although those can be great. They really emphasize micro-learning and peer development.
Micro-learning, like short bursts.
Exactly. Think short, digestible online modules or articles from the Coaches Hub itself, focusing on one specific skill or challenge, like 5 drills for improving first touch, or quick tips for handling a sideline dispute. bite-sized stuff you can consume quickly.
Fits into a busy schedule. Makes sense. What about peer development?
This is huge. They strongly advocate for coaches observing each other's practices, not in a judgmental way, but to share ideas.
Learning from each other.
Yeah, offering constructive feedback or just having regular check-ins to share experiences, troubleshoot problems together. The Coaches Hub even provides simple templates for peer observation forms to make it feel structured and helpful, not awkward.
That's practical.
And another simple, powerful tool they suggest is reflective journaling. Just taking 5 or 10 minutes after a practice or game. Jot down what went well, what could be improved, what did I learn. It costs nothing but time.
A moment of self-assessment.
It's incredibly effective. The Hub's research consistently shows that coaches who engage in ongoing development, even informal stuff like this, report higher job satisfaction and, most importantly, have a more positive impact on their players.
So, okay, let's try and wrap this up. What does this all mean for you, our listener? We've taken this deep dive, really guided by the Coaches Hub, into some pretty significant hurdles youth coaches face.
Yeah, a lot to juggle.
Managing diverse skills, handling parental pressures, keeping kids motivated, stretching limited resources. Then there's discipline, balancing competition and fun, and finding time for their own development.
It's a complex role.
Definitely. These challenges are real. But what the Coaches Hub brilliantly shows is that with the right strategies, the right mindset, and a commitment to keep learning, these hurdles really do become opportunities. Opportunities for profound growth for the coaches themselves and for every single young athlete they guide.
Ultimately, look, it's not just about teaching soccer skills, is it? It's about imparting fundamental life lessons. Resilience, teamwork, handling setbacks, stuff that goes way beyond the field.
Absolutely.
This deep dive into the Coaches Hub has really highlighted that by focusing on, proactive communication, truly individual player development, fostering that supportive, autonomy-rich environment, coaches can have just a massive, lasting impact.
A huge impact.
Which leads us to a crucial question for you, listening right now, to maybe ponder. How do you effectively balance the diverse skill levels of your players while ensuring that each athlete feels challenged, valued, and motivated to grow throughout the season, embracing both that competitive spirit and the pure joy of the game?
It's a fantastic reflective question to leave everyone with. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the world of youth soccer coaching. We hope you feel more informed, maybe inspired, and equipped to continue exploring these vital topics. We'll catch you next time on the Deep Dive.
Thanks for tuning in to the Coaches Hub podcast. Coaching youth soccer is a challenge, but within every challenge lies the chance to grow, inspire, and make a lasting difference in the lives of your players. Subscribe for more coaching insights or visit www.soccer-profile.com to unlock everything the Coaches Hub has to offer. Until next time, keep coaching with passion, keep inspiring, and keep making an impact.